All right. Shalom Yashala. Call Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Waharaka Kodash Barakatham. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akyam pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Akwat that they're listening. For this lesson, man, of course, the shenanigans that happened with the ISUPK, I believe, and IUIC, right? The whole set banging. I'm taking over the block. This whole wire paid in full type of spirit, man. That ain't gonna cut it, man. It's complete foolishness, man. Because just from a personal testimony and another brother who gave his testimony from GMS Dallas, is where I'm from, and the other brother's testimony. We seen other sects in our spot before. Now, it's really it really just would have been an unseasoned thing to even even though it upsets you, because it's like, bro, we're in the state of Texas, man. Okay. The city of Dallas is huge. Okay. And theoretically, let's say if it was Houston, Houston is one of the biggest cities, bro, in the country. So with that being said, man, it's a lot of blocks regardless of what state or what city you're in, man. But Jake, has this proud, egotistical thing pulling at him, man. Okay. And who really would have benefited, for myself and then that brother, for our personal testimonies, our interactions, like, man, you know what? I'm going to continue just to get some food and then just move around, bro. Because it really ain't worth it with Jake, man. This is Proverbs chapter 3. Salakia. This is Proverbs chapter 20, verse 3. It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, to cease from the beef, man. All the bickering, the back and forth. Okay, the comment fingers, the Twitter fingers, Instagram fingers, or whatever Jake got going on. It's not worth it. It's not worth it because Jake knows better. Jake knows protocol, man. That's just in general, man. It's just and those references I made earlier are what pretty much life and death, right? In the in the underworld of crime, what have you. But just in general, it's a life and death situation in the truth, and I don't mean that. I don't mean that like being carnal. It's more so like, bro, you can get judged from that, man. Prime example, if I may. Let's say a brother and myself and three other brothers go out on a particular day and we get into it with somebody, right? Which Abaratazah we don't, but it happens. It comes with the territory. And let's just say you thought it was a good idea for you to set up where we were. Your whole thought process, that Jake's thought process was coming up, or heathen coming up. You with them niggas, this and that. See, Jake never, take the time to consider these things, man, these possibilities, man. Okay. Jake doesn't think, man, and when Jake does think, every thought doesn't need to be executed, man. Okay, this is back in Proverbs chapter 20, verse 3. It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, fall back, but every fool will be meddling. Okay, this thing will intensify. I know it's been countless videos made on it. But that was a spirit though. Once we seen that video, if I'm not mistaken, before that video came out, I actually I'm not going to show it during this lesson, but I actually had a personal recording that I shared with the Akyam. Like, look, like this Jake over here setting up where we are, man. And it's a very familiar spot. I'm very sure, and that they're familiar with GMS Dallas, man, or just that, hey, the simple fact, brothers speak right here, man. It's just really a low level thought process, man, on how you moving. All this room in a great state of Texas, this big city, and you choose to do such a thing. Okay, let's see what Paul has to say about it. This is Romans chapter 15, verse 20. Yea, so I have strived to preach the gospel, not where Hamashiach was named, lest I should build upon another man's foundation. Meaning, hey, where Yahushua has already been spoken of, you don't need to continue to build on that spot. Yahushua, Salakia, Yahushua has been spoken of, has been preached, man. Hey, GMS, we don't, hey, it's all the will of the Heavenly Father, but we don't need no help from no other sects, to where we are, man. Okay? That foundation through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua was built up by our elders, Elder Yashawamba, Elder Ariala, okay, and so forth, man. That's actually a sign of disrespect, man. So once again, that's why I made those references, as to the wire and paid in full and so forth. It's a life and death situation, and what I mean by that, just to go in more depth, hey man, you could be judged from the Most High on that, because you're really going into that process with the mindset of malice, man. You're not going with the mindset of preaching Yahweh Shah. Now, granted, if you literally didn't know, hey, con. But we're pretty sure those men know that GMS Dallas preached there, man. Pretty sure of it. Bear me Baba Shah. I believe I wanted to didn't want to make this too long, so according to the spirit. This is First Corinthians chapter 14, verse 37. If any man think himself to be a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge that the things I write unto you are the commandments of the Most High. Okay? So that's key. Let me read that again. If any man think himself to be a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge that the things that I write unto you are the commandments of the Lord. So those things, those scriptures I read before, hey, that was commanded of the Lord, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, man. Okay? Jake should acknowledge, hey, these brothers are already speaking here. Yahweh Shah Hamashiach has been spoken of. These brothers are bringing in their fruit, and bringing in fruit for Yahweh Shah. But here Jake go with that vainglory, man. And it's not going to benefit Jake. This is verse 38. But if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. Okay? If you don't recognize, hey, because when you read that, like it says, if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. If you're not acknowledging, you won't be acknowledged, man. If you can't follow the guidelines, what needs to happen, hey, guess what? Your sacrifice won't be heard, man. Because you're doing it with the wrong intentions, man. Vainglory isn't going to get you nowhere but judged, man. Okay? Verse 39. Wherefore, brethren, covet to prophesy and forbid not to speak with tongues. And that's what? That's a dialect of a particular language, from Jake, who were scattered abroad and amongst other nations. Okay, so forbid not to speak with tongues. We got brothers all over the world, bringing this word out, in their own, dialect, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Verse 40, let all things be done decently and in order. Okay, how so? Not preaching where brothers are already preaching, trying to build upon a foundation that's already been built. Just really reflecting, like, come on, bro. Just in anything you do in life, if you are overseeing something, or something in a sense, has your mark on it, you wouldn't appreciate someone invading your space per se. You wouldn't like that, man. But that's what vainglory and ego does to you, man. Can't nobody tell you nothing. I'm going to do what I want, And Jake's going to get judged for that, man. For that, I'll do what I want. That malice and not the true intent to preach Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. But that's all I have for this lesson. Abaratazah, this is edifying for the body. Once again, call hello Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Wahara Kodash Barakathum. Once again, I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Achaeon pushing this truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Aquat that are listening. Shalom.